Hello, Robyn here, licensed psychotherapist and relationship specialist, and I'm coming to you today to talk about overly defensive people. We all know someone like this. We may even be married to someone like this. Maybe it's you sitting here listening to this now, watching this video. Maybe you find yourself being overly defensive at times. I'm glad you're here. What I want to do is I want to share with you 3 ways to better manage yourself when dealing with someone who's overly defensive. First and foremost, the first step is to try to truly understand this person. And what this looks like is knowing that people that are often overly defensive, it's usually because they grew up in an environment where they were constantly surrounded by criticism, judgment, wrapped up in this beautiful, shiny little red bow of shame on a daily basis. So oftentimes what happens is they're operating from this ever inadequate place, feeling like they're not enough, good enough, pretty enough, strong enough, smart enough. So when someone comes from, an environment like this, viewing the world through a lens of I'm inadequate, I'm not enough, anything they hear and see may be felt as an attack that triggers that I'm not enough. So this doesn't excuse their behavior of oftentimes outbursts and then attacking and getting what we call defensive. But what it does is it gives you an idea, an explanation of why this could be happening. So that's the first step, is just to take a moment and try to understand. Step 2, I want you to resist, at all costs resist the urge to argue. It will not get you anywhere. I actually want you to do the opposite. Take a moment and just listen. And I mean really intently listen. And that's nodding of the head, that's That is not crossing your arms, rolling your eyes, scoffing. That will send them off into a tailspin. So it's really listening and maybe even summarizing at the end of that. You're upset. I hear that. Or, I see you. I hear you. It can be as simple as that. Because this leads me to number 3. The third step is engage differently. And by that I mean, if you're that person who tends to kind of pull back and get quiet and try to get small when you're feeling attacked or someone's being defensive towards you, I want you to push yourself to say something. And it goes back to number 2, saying something like, I hear you, I see you. Because oftentimes when someone is that emotional, just letting them know that they're heard and they're seen can free up the rational part of their brain so that you can start to have a conversation. But if you're that person that actually wants to counterattack when you feel, that you're experiencing defensiveness, try to just take a few breaths and just be quiet. Be quiet for a minute. Be quiet for 30 seconds. And then try to follow up with some of that I see you, I hear you. The best way to deal with anyone who's overly defensive is just to stay really present, really grounded, and then try to set another day or time where you can address this topic when both of you have cooled off, especially them, and get someplace and really speak from a respectful and rational point. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Add something to the comment area below, or email me at Robyn, ROBYN, at therapywithrobyn.com, or you can call me directly, 714-390-1652. Talk to you again soon. Thanks.